Hi, welcome to Moondance Tarot. My name is Melissa. It's an honor to have you here. So, in my meditation the other day, I heard loud and clear, you are facing east, but you are heading west. I had to sit on that for quite a while. One, to see if that message was for me or if it was for the collective. I feel like it's for a little bit of both. So we're just going to see what Spirit has to say. I gave it a couple of days though, just so I could imitate, or I don't know why I just said imitate. That may be significant, imitate. But to meditate on that message a little bit more. Amethyst came through, so amethyst may be significant for someone out there. I did also feel inclined to do a little bit of research as far as what the directions mean. For some reason, I felt inclined to look into the Native American interpretation of the cardinal directions. I'm no expert, and so I'm just, this is just a novice grasp of it. But from what I gathered, East is about new beginnings, and West represents the ending of cycles or death, so to speak. And East, facing East, with the beginning of a new cycle, it represents spring, and the West represents autumn. So I don't know if this message is for someone out there who Spirit is trying to give you like a course correction. Maybe you were working with Spirit on manifesting something, or trying to create something, or you were heading towards a goal. So you were facing east, and then somehow like you threw like a wild card in there and you're moving west, or you think you have your eye on the prize, you're facing east, but your actions are proving otherwise, and you're actually heading in a completely different direction. So I do get the feeling that the message from Spirit is something about course correction, or I also get to, for some of you, it may be that you're still facing east, you're on a journey, you're trying to create something or manifest something, and it's taken so long for you to see the result that you're ready to just kind of like give up and like turn around and just go back the way that you came. But I get the sensation that you can't go back the way that you came, and so Spirit's trying to course correct you. But I've already been speaking for a few minutes, and so I'm just going to start pulling some cards and see if what we will get. I'm not sure. Spirit, for the collective, what do they need to know about facing east but heading west? What are you trying to tell this collective, or even me? I'm part of the collective. What do we need to know? What do we need to know for our highest and best good? What does that mean? We're facing east but heading west. Thank you. So we have pride. Scoot that up a little bit. I have one on the floor. It wouldn't be a reading if I didn't have cards flying on the floor. We have timeout, and we have compassion. So I do get that you do need to take a timeout for yourself. It's the compassion is towards yourself, like an act of self self-preservation. Pride, for some of you, you don't show enough pride. You don't give yourself enough credit. For some others, I'm getting that pride is afflicting a situation. Let's get some more here. Spirit, what does this collective need to know for their highest and best good? Okay, we have worry, we have listen, we have love at the bottom of the deck. So, I mean, this could be self-love. This could be love from another person. That worry kind of draws me back to something I mentioned earlier with a collective, that you've been heading towards a goal or a creation, a manifestation. You've been focusing on it for so long that you're not seeing the results. And so you feel like just giving up and turning back around and going back the way that you came. You're getting worried that you've done something wrong, that because things aren't happening as fast, the results aren't happening as quickly. Spirit is trying to communicate to you. It says listen. With the bird here, I don't know if there's perhaps a song that kind of seems to be stalking you right now. Like every time you're in the grocery store or you're in your car, you've been hearing a song a lot within the last couple of weeks. And so there might be something in the lyrics that Spirit is trying to tell you. I'm going to keep going. Thank you. On the right path. Oh, go within. And so, okay, so Spirit is trying to course correct you. You were on the right path the whole time. And so yeah, you've been working with Spirit in regards to something. And because it's taking so long, you're worried about whether or not you're on the right path. And so you're turning back around, or you're throwing some wild cards in there. And Spirit is getting confused. Like, well, what is it that you want? You know, you have to speak clearly with Spirit or the universe or God or your guides about what it is that you want. And so you're facing east, but you're heading west. You know, you're saying one thing, but you're doing another. But I think it is because the results of what you're trying to develop are taking so long. And so it makes a little bit more sense now that time out and go within are here. That Spirit is trying to say, like, hey, we're listening. Just stop and take a moment and figure it out, what it is that you really want. And we'll work with you. But we don't know what we're doing. And so they're trying to course correct you because they're going off of old information. But you are on the right path. You were on the right path the whole time. But I'm going to ask, I'm going to clarify. I'm going to get some tarot. Spirit, what is pride here for? What do we need to know about pride? Why is pride here? You know, maybe they want you to be proud of the things that you've been doing. Okay, so we have Two of Pentacles that kind of came out kind of reversed, kind of on its side. And so there is some instability there. And that instability can be emotional. And so that may be where the worry is coming from. There's instability. You're getting glimpses of being on the right path, or you're maybe, I just heard maladaptive daydreaming. So, maybe you're a visionary and you're trying to manifest something and you can see it as plain as day in your mind's eye, that it feels so real. But it's your reality, your 3D, it's not reflecting that yet. And so there's some instability there, because what you see in your mind and what you feel in your heart feels very, very real, but nothing is showing up in your reality to prove otherwise, and it's causing some worry. Can I get some more on pride? Is there anything else that you want me to know? I think that was it. I think we hit the tail on the donkey. I think we got it. Okay. I'm going to pull one more oracle deck. Spirit, what does this collective need to know for their highest and best good? Thank you. Imagination. Okay, yeah. Guardian angel, count on my protection. Yeah, so I mean, your angel's spirit, they are absolutely there. They are listening to you. They are working with you. Not only are they working with you, they're protecting you. They are protecting what you are trying to create in your mind. The imagination. Yes, you are a visionary. Your manifestation style may just be, you can envision something and it becomes your reality. I think maybe you are so used to seeing things happen so quickly and so easily without effort, that because this time, even though you're still using the same manifestation tactic that has always worked for you, somehow the end result, it's just not showing up the way that it normally does. But you are absolutely okay. Let's see. So we have Judgment, Two of Wands, Five of Wands. We have the Lovers at the bottom of the deck. And so there is that, there's that polarity in the Lovers here with, you're facing east, but you're heading west. Yin and yang. Feminine, masculine. Left, right. White, black. It's polarity. And so Spirit does need you to stop and focus on what it is that you really want. Because, yeah, you're envisioning one thing and you're, you may also do affirmations, so you're envisioning one thing in your mind's eye and you're using your vocal affirmations. And so you're saying one thing, but you're doing another out of what feels like frustration or worry. You feel like, but with imagination here, Two of Wands, there's that visionary or that imagination mindset. You have the whole world in your hands. What do you want to do with it? Where do you want to go? This is about planning long term. Twos may be significant. 222. Because you got the Two of Wands, and even though the Lovers is the sixth card in the deck, you've got the two polarities. So you may be seeing 222. So you're envisioning. And with the Judgment card, this is like awakening energy. And so how do I want to explain that? When you envision things, yes, you absolutely envision things or try to manifest things for yourself, but it also helps like the worldwide collective. It's like global, cosmic. It feels cosmic. It feels divine. That's the word. It feels like you when you envision something, you can feel it through your entire body, like the energy is flowing. And so when you feel that energy flowing, you know that what you are trying to manifest through your visions, through your imagination, when you feel that energy flowing through your body, you know that you are in alignment with what you are envisioning. And I feel like that is what the Judgment card is here for, to remind you that when you envision things, if it feels right in your body, then it is aligned with the divine and your purpose, your calling, because that's also what the Judgment is about. Your calling, your purpose, but awakening. So, but you have the Five of Wands here. Conflict. I feel like this is internal conflict with that worrying. So, Spirit, what does this collective need to know? Thank you. The World. Beginning cycles, closing cycles. This is movement. And so once again, another confirmation that you're on the right path with the World. Absolutely on the right path. And you will know if this reading is for you, how it is for you. You will know what it is that you're trying to embark on, what you're trying to create for yourself. What else does this collective need to know? Do you have any advice for them? Thank you. Got two that came out here. So the Five of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands. And then we've got Three of Cups here. So you don't have to do this alone. Your guardian angels are listening. They're not just listening, they're watching. They're actively participating in this with you. You don't have to do this alone. You don't have to feel like you're alone in this with the Five of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands. I do get like a lone wolf feeling with the Five of Wands as well. I do get the feeling that you're used to being alone. I feel a sense of hyper independence, hyper vigilance on your part, but you are a lone wolf. You're used to not fitting in. You're used to doing your own thing. And that absolutely has some wonderful advantages. But the caveat to that is you feel like you have to go through everything alone when you don't. You can absolutely get support with the Three of Cups here. Yeah, you feel like you're carrying all this baggage all by yourself. The Hierophant. But the divine is, and justice, the divine is absolutely working with you. but you're not seeing that. You're missing that. You're missing that point. With the Pride card, there's the Six of Wands. Spirit does want you to be proud of how far you've come from everything that you've gone through. You've been very conscientious, making very wise decisions, but sometimes you have a problem with letting go of things, and it may be letting go of that hyper independence mentality, where Spirit is saying that does serve you, but don't forget, Spirit is, we're with you. We want to help you. You don't have to do this all alone. And so maybe there are things that you're doing out of desperation that's maybe confusing your guides. And they're like, we want to help you, but we don't know how to help you because you're saying one thing but doing another. What do we need to know about compassion? I just had a bunch fly out here, but I don't feel like taking them. That just doesn't feel right. What do we need to know about compassion? I have the Three of Wands fly out on the floor. The Eight of Wands, the Page of Wands. I do feel like if you, let me grab that Three of Wands that's on the floor. I do feel like if you feel like there's been a blockage, like if you're not feeling that things are moving as quickly as you are used to seeing them move, things will pick up. But you have to demonstrate some compassion towards yourself. I feel like you're the type of person who gives compassion to everyone else but yourself. Like you are unnecessarily hard on yourself. And you're going through something right now where it's almost like you're punishing yourself for something. Like you're being really hard on yourself. And Spirit is saying, like, stop for a moment and give that love that you give to everyone else and use it on yourself. Because I do kind of get this like roadblock feeling. And maybe that's, I did say that there's some worry because you're used to seeing your manifestations come in much quicker and flawlessly, but this time things are feeling delayed. And it's making you worry that you're not on the right path or that you're not manifesting correctly. There is a delay, but it's because it feels like Spirit is saying there's a delay because you're not putting enough love and time and effort into yourself. And it's creating this energetic blockage where that energy flow that I was talking about earlier, it can't flow. So I hope you know where to give yourself some compassion so that way you can get that energy to start flowing again. I'm going to leave it there. I do hope that this reading helps. I hope it gives you a sense of direction. I hope that it at least lets you know that if you've been feeling frustrated, the frustration is real, but it can be solved. There is resolution in this. So collective, yes, I hope that this reading helped. And until my next video, please take care of yourselves and I'll see you soon. Okay, bye.